Hello?
Oh, what the?
I just brought you in because baby's not.
What the hell?
Oh,
Oh, it's two of us.
Oh,
back. I'm sorry. I'll come back.
No, don't leave me. Hey, girl.
It's not really
hey,
up to me.
welcome back. We talked last week, right?
Yes, we did. Sorry. Yes. So, my question to you.
Yeah.
By the way, I was a happy customer.
Oh, good. Another happy customer. Yep.
Wow, that was a lot, that last call. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So, you called yourself, I believe it was hyperbole, the king pedophile rapist scourge of YouTube.
Yes, I did say that.
I don't really think you are that, but
I don't
is
think you have to
that
be
how?
a pedophile. I don't think you have to. Okay. I am not the king pedophile, but I'm the king of the pedophile. I'm not. You don't have to be a pedophile to be the king of the pedophiles. I just lead them. I don't partake.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they have a say in this, the pedophiles?
No, no, it's a hostile takeover. I think I told, didn't I tell virtuous pedophiles that I am assigning myself as their new, like, I said, like, I want to be your spokesperson because the way you talk about pedophilia is fucking horrifying.
Well, if you're the king, I'm the queen.
Oh wow. How do you figure that?
I just decided, hostile takeover.
Oh
So,
wow.
what do you mean when you say this is a bombastic call-in show? And why do you want that?
Well, it just means that I'm not going to be as careful, and I'm going to be a little more aggressive, and I'm gonna be have my boundaries up a little bit and kind of fight back and push back against things. Call people, dumb when I normally wouldn't. Why?
And you know,
Because I don't want it to turn. I just wanted a different thing from advice and confessions, which just felt like very open and accepting and emotional and intimate. I want something that's you know a little more bombastic.
I didn't quite get it.
I want something a little more bombastic.
Meaning,
Bombast.
bombast.
Aggressive, loud, exciting, unpredictable, confusing, showy.
Yeah, you mentioned that women resort to confusion when they're angry. That hasn't been my experience.
Okay.
I was wondering how you came to that conclusion.
That has been my experience. I think that a lot of times women get confused so often. They just seem like they're always like, I wasn't sure what he said this thing and I didn't know. I couldn't make a decision. I feel like a lot of times when women are doing that, it's because they're just angry and they don't realize it.
Mm. And do you see there being virtue in anger and accepting that in themselves and recognizing the anger?
Yeah, I think women would be really well served to recognize when they're angry and take action and do something about it or express themselves when it feels like they just start spinning a lot of times.
See, for me, I think it's good to at times avoid anger. It can lead to misspeaking, feeling defensive, and being insulting, hurtful without intending to. It's kind of like a loss of control to indulge in angry
Well,
emotions.
I think a lot of women don't. Well, most people are not very good at controlling themselves and feeling their emotions at the same time. But I don't think shutting off your emotions is a good way to control yourself. I don't think that's a good idea. Have you seen Last Night in Soho?
No, what is that? Oh, wait, I think I know the movie, but I did
Yeah,
not see it. Did you
I
like it?
watched. Not really. I watched it with Shaylin a couple nights ago, and like the main character is just fucking bewildered like the whole time, and like at one point, she's she's like interrogating somebody and recording them because she's going to report them to the police. Because she thinks that he's a person that he's not, and then she just finds out it's his first name. She doesn't know his name, and she finds out later that that wasn't his name, and she's just like crying and upset. She's like, "What? His name's not. That's not Jack. I thought it was Jack." And then this other woman is like, "No, it's Lindsay," and she's just like flailing and crying. And I was like, "Can you imagine if this were a male character?" Like you would never, and then like every other scene is like the camera circling around her and like her stumbling and like seeing things and crying and falling down in the rain. And it's like if you, and I think the film's supposed to be like a feminist film because it's like it's about like kind of
Worst.
what feminist films.
Anything involving feminism.
No,
days.
I like feminism. I'm okay with
I'm
that.
gonna ask you about that, but I want to finish this
But
discussion.
and so it's like it's supposed to be a feminist film, but if you took her character and placed it with a male, it would be completely fucking unacceptably weird how fucking dumb and confused she is. I just think we all just accept it. And it really upsets me.
In women, we all just accept it. Is what you
Yeah,
mean.
it's just like taken for granted that women, instead of getting like focused and aggressive and take what's theirs or move forward or you do something like pointed, it's like we just want women to just get confused. And so that's what I meant when I said I think women get confused when they're angry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I was gonna say I was gonna circle this onto feminism
Okay.
because I don't consider myself a feminist, at
Okay.
least based on because I question how it's defined and the implications. However, of course, I believe in equal equity for men and women.
Okay.
I want there to be equal opportunity. I'm not necessarily concerned with outcomes, but
Sure.
as long as the opportunities are available for both men and women. And that's as far as I take my stance on
I mean,
feminism.
I think that's what most feminists would say is what feminism is.
I sometimes
Obviously,
feel like it goes further. They want equal outcome. They want the quotas. They're
well,
taking it in directions I wouldn't ascribe myself to.
I think it's tricky because the outcomes can point to unequal starting points, and I feel like neither side in any of these arguments, like with affirmative action, with black people, or with feminism or whatever, nobody seems to want to just concede that it's not that clear. Like, who knows why people end up where they end up, or why they start where they start at, and like what happens in between those two is not so easily like broken down. But I think that, you know, if I still think that women socially end up being kind of second class citizens, even though on the books everything's equal, everything's all above board. But I think we'll still have a lot of work to do with how we think about women and how we talk to them and how we treat them. And yeah, I just don't think it's fair to say, well, women and men are different. What do you expect? So that's why they are treated this way, and that's why they act this way, because they're women, they're female. It's in their genes. And then, but then I also don't think it's fair to expect there to be an equal outcome. I just think the outcome is one more piece of information we have to look at and say, like, well, are we treating people fairly? And I don't think we are. I don't think men are treated like amazingly either. I think both sexes.
Men have.
Yeah, I think both
Go
sexes
ahead.
are treated badly in very like gendered ways, but I think I do think women are treated worse in many ways. Max, you're dead
said.
wrong on that. I know my audience is gonna get really mad about this because they're gonna say like women can get away
I'm
with whatever.
sorry, chat. I can't follow this time. Sometimes I look at both.
Mr. Girl, stop lying to yourself. I just
Well, I was
I
gonna
know.
actually say that here's what you said last time, is that you like making women angry because they fucking stop being little bitches. Once you make somebody angry, they will
Yeah.
usually stand up to you and fight back.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I like creating space for women to be angry and making them angry, and
I think angry is a comfortable place to be for anyone,
no,
especially women. But you
I
said
think
you like making women angry.
I do.
Why?
It helps
Just because
me.
they fight back?
Well, it
Because
just helps
anyone
me
will
feel
fight
like we're
back when
having
they're
a.
angry.
It makes me feel like we're having a real conversation. I feel like women come into a conversation holding like a bunch of trays and plates with teacups and little cupcakes on it, and they have their makeup on, and they're like come walking in high heels, and it's like, okay, so let's talk about like pedophilia while I'm holding all this shit, and I'm like, why don't you just fucking put all that shit down, bitch? And then I just try to knock it all down and throw it on the floor, and then they get really mad. But then I feel like after that, there's something kind of freeing where they're like, okay, fine, fuck you. This is what I really think, and it's like, see, isn't that nice that you're saying what you think instead
Yeah,
of
but that's where I kind of disagree with you about getting to the truth, trying to get the heart of the really thinking through the medium of anger. I don't think that's gonna harbor honesty, especially not for me. I get like scared and defensive if I'm angry. Well, not scared, but I get defensive and I misspeak.
yeah.
And also, I think we can talk about pedophilia with our teacups and high heels on.
Yeah, fuck that. I don't
Why
want it.
not?
I don't like it. I
You
just
don't
don't
want
like
it?
it. I'm just like, I just
You just
don't. That's
don't.
not the kind of conversation I like to have. I don't want to do that. And I get very politically like mad about. I can see my chat saying like, no, men are treated worse. And like, yeah, men are treated worse in some ways. That's fair. And but
Sure, yeah. I think
there's a
men
dignity.
have a lot of
There's a certain
hard
dignity.
responsibilities they have to take on
Yeah, yeah.
for
But there's
men.
dignity. There's dignity in that. I think women are treated with less dignity. And
Ooh,
that bothers me.
women
So
are
yeah, I
treated.
get what you're saying. Yeah,
I think
that's a
women are
downside. Maybe people get defensive and say things they don't mean, but
and just
uh,
can't think things through because they're anxious, their heart's racing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what did your mother teach you about feminism? And do you agree with her
I
teachings?
don't want to talk about my
You
mother
want to
with
talk to your
you.
mom? With me? Wait,
With
why?
you, because
I don't have a.
you're a bit underhanded, as I said last time. It feels a
Oh
little
yeah, I can you explain what you meant by that? Because you said I had a forceful personality, but then
yeah.
I don't say what I think, which I disagree with. Um,
It just feels like you're like trying to get at something all the time, and that's not the kind of conversation I like to be having when I talk about my childhood.
um, yeah, if you're not comfortable talking to me about something, that's perfectly reasonable.
I'm not.
Um, however, I, you know, it's such a again a little bit of a paradox you have me in here because you wanted me to know my thoughts. You want assertion. You want bombast. And when I
Hmm.
am that way, I think you say, "Oh, look, you're underhanded."
No. What would be on non-underhanded? I just think that bringing up somebody's childhood is a pretty big deal. So I basically never do it.
You never
I-
do it. You never bring up someone. You bring up your own childhood, though,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
assuming.
But I don't think I ask. I don't think I just out of the blue. I'm like, like, what about your mother? What was your relationship with your mother like? Feels so bombast is fine, but I gotta have boundaries. I'm not trying to shame you, Mr.
Mm.
Girl. Stop
I didn't think I
manipulating
was
her.
shaying, or well, I don't think he's manipulating me. But uh, well, I wasn't trying to shame you. I didn't know. It
No, no,
was
I'm
you
saying
have.
I'm not trying to shame you. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I respect that. Let me see. What is your cat's name?
I have two cats. Their names are Cock and Balls.
Are they your cats or are they Shaylin's cats?
There are cats now, but they were
Well,
my cats.
so do they like you better?
No,
Mm,
they respect and love their mommy just like their dad.
it's a happy little family you got there. All right, well,
Sometimes.
thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I
You're
hope you're a
welcome.
happy customer.
Well, you're the customer.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of mutual. I come in and help
You
you
would
feature
think
show.
that. You would think that, but no.
Why would I think
No.
that? What do you mean?
Because you're saying I'm the queen, hostile takeover. You're making power plays. All right. You're the customer.
Oh, of course. Of course
Yeah.
you live for power plays, girl.
No. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Anyway, love you. Bye.
Bye.